Hi, my name is Jessica. I'm the Director of Financial Outreach at Pelican State Credit Union. And we're coming to you today to talk about how to manage your money during a disaster. We think it's so important to share these resources with all of our Pelican family because we know that times are really tough right now. We also know that a lot of us are going to be staying home for a while, and we may have to have some extra supplies, or we might have less of a paycheck than we normally expect. So it's really important to assess our situation and figure out what we can do to make things easier for ourselves, for our family, and to help protect our community by remaining safely at home when we can. So let's start off this discussion by figuring out what your situation is. Assess your complete situation as far as your finances go by checking to see how much you have in liquid savings. That liquid savings is the money that is in your checking or savings account right now, ready for you to use. That would also count any money that's in your emergency fund. If you have an emergency fund, now's the time that if you have to use it, it would be okay to do so. So we really want to take a look at what supplies we really need, how we're gonna have to plan to spend money over the next couple weeks or even month so that we can be sure to keep ourselves in a healthy financial position and get the things that we need to help our family. Cleaning products, more importantly than anything else, because we're gonna wanna keep ourselves healthy and safe. As much as everyone's seen on the news and other things like that, it's not as important to buy masks or different sort of protective gear that our healthcare professionals really need right now. It's best for us to focus on cleaning, washing our hands while we sing happy birthday or the ABCs or any other number of different songs that are out there, and keeping the surfaces in our home clean, and if we have to go out into the world, keeping those things clean as well. Also, you want to think about what kind of groceries are you going to need. You're going to be at home more, right? You're going to need to cook more. I randomly realized that now that my husband was working from home, we're gonna have to replenish some snacks a little more often than we normally do, right? Because people are gonna be there to use them as opposed to working outside of the home where you maybe go out to eat or you order something in for lunch. So you have to start thinking about what kind of things you really, really need. So first, you wanna make that list of essentials. What kind of groceries, paper products, and other essentials do you need to make it if you were quarantined in your home for a little while? You want to think about things that are basics, like chicken or ground meat, or if you're not a big cooker, lean cuisine meals, I guess. But you want to think about things that are going to be nourishing for your family and to keep you nice and healthy. Lots of things like chicken broth maybe, or vegetables that you can chop up and make into a soup. That's really healthy for your family to eat. And very inexpensive when you look at buying canned or frozen vegetables if you can't find fresh. So we're gonna assess our situation, right? We're gonna see what supplies we need and figure it out. One thing to remember is leave some for others. We're all in this together and we're one community. So don't go to the store and buy enough stuff for the next 10 years, right guys? Don't buy 47, 24 packs of toilet paper. We gotta leave some for our communities. So make sure that you're being courteous and you're just buying what you need for a couple weeks. As we've seen in other countries, they've been able to still go out and shop and get necessities and come right back home to social distance. So it's really important to remain calm and make sure you have what you need on hand, but save some for others too. So once you've made your essentials list, it's really important to take a look at your budget. If you have a budget, which I'm sure you all do, you might have some room in there to move some of your normal expenses into maybe buying some emergency supplies. We are not going to any movies or concerts or the zoo or anything like that right now. We're not gathering in large groups. So it's a really good time to take maybe what you would consider your entertainment budget and move it to those emergency supplies. It's a great way to kind of manipulate your budget so that you don't have to come up with more money, but you get the things that you need. So I really suggest that you're doing that. A lot of places, restaurants in particular, are offering curbside takeaway, but unfortunately some are not able to do that. So you may not be going out to eat as much. And if you are going out to eat, you may not be spending as much because you're just picking it up and taking it home. You're not sitting there for a long amount of time ordering drinks and appetizers and dessert. Maybe you're just supporting your local business and picking up a great order to bring home to your family. So just think about all the different ways that you can move money around in your budget to make things easier and not have to tap into that emergency fund too soon. One other thing that you should really think about is how to control your spending. It's really, really important to only get the things that we need right now. One thing that people oftentimes do when disasters strike is they spend a lot of money really quickly and they charge up their credit cards and get into a very difficult situation, because if you've used your emergency fund and you've charged up your credit cards, you've eliminated a lot of options that you have if another true emergency comes up. So it's really important to monitor your spending, buy what you need. You're gonna be able to get more things later once we're out shopping and visiting stores and doing lots of fun things again, which will happen, and it'll happen soon. But it's really, really important to make sure that you're not putting yourself into more debt. It's great to think, oh, well, I'm home, so I can just get on and shop a little bit. Might not be the best thing to do at the moment. Think about, do you really need that item? Is it something that you have to have? Because it's really important to think about how we're spending our money right now and keep as much in savings as we can in case more emergencies come about. One great thing about credit cards is that so many of them have rewards. And if you go and look at your rewards for each one of your credit cards, see how you can cash them in. Many of them offer gift cards or actual cash that goes back towards your balance. So a great way to save money right now would be to cash in some of those credit card rewards, get gift cards to gas stations or restaurants, places where you can pick up food to go, and also put cash towards your payment. So having to make one less credit card payment because you put it towards your rewards would be a huge improvement in your monthly bills. Cleaning out your freezer is a great way to make sure that you're saving as much money on food as possible. So many times we go to the grocery store and we're like, oh, I need this and I need to pick this up and I'm gonna make this really cool, amazing recipe I saw on Bon Appetit one day. I'm gonna do it, and I bought the stuff and I put it in the freezer and then I forgot about it because life got busy and I didn't get a chance to make it right then. So it's really a great idea to go through your freezer, see what you've got. Are there different meals that you can put together? Are there new recipes that you want to try? Try to shop in your own freezer and your own pantry and see what you can make out of it, because that's going to save you money and it's going to leave more product in the stores for other individuals that may not have been as well stocked or prepared as you are. One of the things that's affecting a lot of Americans right now are individuals who are in the service industry, restaurants, hotels, theme parks, and things like that, because their hours have been reduced or completely taken away. Many people have been laid off, and it's far-reaching. It's not just people who work in those industries, it's people who work in industries that serve those industries. We have personal friends that have been laid off of marketing jobs because they market hotels and casinos. So it's really, really important to know what resources are available to you if you've lost some income. You can actually go, if you're in Louisiana, to laworks.net to get more information about unemployment resources that are available to you if you lost your job because of COVID-19. I want to stress to everyone that this is a very important way that we can help supplement the income that we're missing. And it's not a handout, it's a hand up. It's there specifically to help those hardworking Americans that unfortunately have lost their job to this pandemic. So don't be too proud. Go and check it out. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself and your family, and take advantage of the resources that are there for you. If you have seen a reduction in your income, it's really important to stay in contact with your creditors. Almost every bank, credit union, finance company, whatever it may be, know what's going on. We all see how people are losing their jobs or having reduced hours. We know that we need to be there to help people, especially credit unions. That's our focus. So I really encourage you to stay in contact with your creditors. If you have seen a reduction in income, call them up and say, hey, this is what's happened. I work at a bar. I normally make great money through tips and I work a ton of hours and I also have a restaurant job, but right now I'm really hurting. They're going to be willing to help you. They're going to help you find solutions to delay your payments or make a lower payment or something like that because they understand. And they understand because their employees are having to deal with similar things at home. Because it doesn't mean that both people in their home may have a stable and steady job right now. So it's really important to stay in contact with those creditors. Call them before they call you. They're much more willing to help you because they know that you're trying your best and you want to improve your situation. And it allows them to have more options. The longer you wait, the less options you have to defer payments or maybe refinance something. But the earlier you do it, then you have all of the options available to you. So stay in contact with your creditors. They want to help you. They really do. I know here at Pelican we do. And we've got some great resources available to you. We actually have a page specifically directed to the current situation that's going on. You can go to pelicanstatecu.com/resources and get up-to-date information on not just Pelican's resources, but other great information that you should know. If you're in the Baton Rouge area, another good way to find resources is calling 211. I hope everyone knows about 211 because it's an amazing resource that the Capital Area United Way has put together. You can find information anytime, not just during a disaster, on availability of food or locations that can help you pay your rent or your electricity bill. There's so many options for help on 211, not to mention they can tell you where to find even more resources. So please reach out to them, give them a call. It's completely anonymous and you can just ask to be pointed in the right direction. It's a great way to find resources all over the capital area, which is kind of all the parishes that touch East Baton Rouge. All right, so everyone seems to be home right now, right? We're all at home, many people with their whole families, definitely their children. So one great resource that's out there if you have kids at home, most schools are putting out online information through Google Classroom and things like that for them to work on their studies while they're at home. But let's be realistic, that's probably not enough to occupy all of their time. And if you're one of the lucky people that actually gets to work from home, you have work to do, right? You have to get things done because as I saw one mom post, I still gotta get my paycheck. And it's really true. You can't be a teacher and be a full-time employee because bless those teachers, they are doing a lot. So one great resource that we found is from Scholastic Books. They have 20 days of free lesson plans that you can find, and we'll have the link in the comments for you. It's a great way to keep kids busy outside of their regular assignments. And don't forget things like going outside to play. They may not be familiar with that as much since, you know, video games and all that fun stuff that they have at home, but you can always just send them outside and tell them to have a great time. It's wonderful to be able to do that at home in our own space while we're still social distancing from other families. Because again, it's really important to do that, to get outside, exercise and get the vitamin C, but to still socially distance from your neighbors. If you have children at home and you're running low on food, one thing that almost every school district that I've seen in Louisiana is doing is offering meals to go. It's a great resource. All the schools were planning on feeding the children anyway, right? They already had all the food. So their amazing cafeteria workers and food nutrition employees are on the case. They're making meals to go that can be taken right from the curb. You can pull up. Some of them have different restrictions as far as if the child has to be in the car or if not. It's really important to look that up before you go. And again, we'll have some links for you guys to see at least the parishes that Pelican has branches in. We're familiar with those. But go to your local school board's website because they will have information about feeding plans, for school children, usually up to ages 18 or 12th grade. So very important resource, because the other thing I've also heard is that there's apparently a constant request for snacks. So this might help you out a little bit with all those constant requests for snacks, especially if you're on a very tight budget or if you've lost some income and you're gonna have to feed your children every single day 2 meals that they were used to having at school. Most of those are the resources that we know of that are out in the community. There are so many more. There are so many amazing nonprofits and government agencies that are going out to the community now and saying, hey, here's how we can help. I really encourage you to see what's out there, because one of the best ways to secure your finances is to take advantage of the help that is offered during this disaster. Many of these types of help are supplemented by national economic plans and stimulus packages and things like that. So it's availability that we haven't had in the past, and it's specifically for people who are struggling right now. So don't turn down the help. Make sure that you take it and that you're able to continue to keep your family happy and healthy and safe, and continue to keep your community safe. This is definitely the weirdest thing that I've ever lived through in my whole life, and my house flooded in 2016. So I know that this seems really overwhelming right now, and it seems so difficult to figure out what's the right thing to do. Do we stay home? Do we get together? Do we miss church? A lot of our churches have been closed, and now we're doing church online. There's so much uncertainty right now, but the one thing that we can count on is that as Louisianians and as Americans, we are so resilient, and we are here to continue to build our community up and help each other. Just from a nice, safe social distance, right? But seriously, it's so important right now to be there for one another, to reach out to your friends and family via phone or Facebook or Skype or FaceTime, whatever it may be. Make sure that those who are isolated know that you're there for them and that you care for them. Drop off groceries to your elderly family members. Wave at them through the window. It sounds silly, but just knowing that someone is there to see them without endangering them is such a huge relief. We're all gonna get through this. We're gonna get through it together, and it's gonna be brighter days right after. It'll probably be 105 degrees by that point, because it'll be summer. But it's going to be amazing, and we're gonna be better because of it. We're gonna know that we were here for each other, and that our community has survived because we did the right thing and we worked together, and we took care of our families and our communities and our finances. So if you have any specific questions about finances, please put them in the comments. Also, you can contact Pelican's 7 nationally certified credit counselors by going to our website, we'll also put the link, and requesting for them to give you a call. We may not be seeing you in person right now, but we're happy to talk to you on the phone, help you work through your different situations, talk about your budget, and think of new ways and innovative ways to take care of your families. So don't be shy, give us a call. We're here to help. Make sure that you are doing everything you can to help take care of your communities too. Thank you.